Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cheer Chat. Go live yesterday. I don't know. I was maybe I'm just in my feelings a little bit. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm still not over it. I know I put it in my story. Last week we talked about the New York Knicks and the New York City Knicks Dancers, and I'm still salty. And I didn't have a good attitude. So I was like, don't go live because you just are going to be talking about the same thing. And here I am starting it up all over again. But I did open the door up to any current or former Nick City dancers that might want to join and go live with me and talk about their reaction to the news and how they're feeling. Any hopefuls that want to jump on and just it's like a group therapy session. I still have my thoughts and feelings about it. I've been getting now that I feel like there's like multiple accounts of people getting the same information, I feel like I could spill a little bit more because nobody could tell where I got it from. But so ghetto. You guys see Giggles back here chilling. Hopefully she'll stays quiet. But so I'm just gonna share, some of the information that is apparently kind of like on the casting call. I think I shared a lot of information that I could share last week, but the skinny is that, they're offering what looks like a very attractive salary for these influencer slash dancer roles, 85K, which I'm sure is more than most dancers in the professional scene are making, right? I mean, for in our space, like sports related dancers and cheerleaders. Um, so it seems like a really cool opportunity. I mean, if they're looking at influencers, right, and they already have influencer type deals and arrangements, I don't know if that would match the kind of money that they're making doing that. But what are your thoughts on 85,000? Should that be like the salary of pro dancers? I mean, that's a whole thread, right? We could talk all day about getting paid more, but we'll still wait for more official announcements of what it is that they're doing and how they are going about the audition. Um, People are submitting, and let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I'm still in wait and see mode so I can officially talk all the crap I want to talk. It's not even crap. I've been trying to like process, and I'm like, maybe this will be really cool to see what happens and stuff. But I still get struck by the erasure of their program, and I'm not okay. So, with that said, if anybody wants to join me at any point, do that little thing, invite yourself, join me. I'm happy to open the floor to you. Sorry, it paused. I'm happy to open the floor to you because your voice matters, and this is what this place is for. So, by all means, join me and help me process along with you. I feel like we're all grieving in some form of fashion. I'm not even trying to be dramatic. I mean, maybe I am. You know what I mean? Whatever. But it's I'm just salty. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, not in the mood. Um, but please join me at any point. Join me. This is what the platform is for, and it doesn't even have to be on anything negative. I just want to hear how you're feeling. Okay, so that's out of the way. I'm still holding on to it. It is what it is. You guys, there's only 5 more episodes left of the podcast. I can't believe it. Um, Officially, I'm at 107 episodes, but I want to end the podcast season 10 at episode 100. So the one that just launched yesterday, I interviewed Kelsey Nicholson. She's a former Kansas City Chiefs cheerleader. She's a nutritionist. And, we talk all things about her time with the Chiefs and just her background in nutrition and just we have some interesting conversations about I won't even go there, but listen, because it is really interesting. And there's a lot of things that we do as dancers that we all know, like eat healthy and exercise, but they're just little myths and things that we may be doing that's not really helping the situation any. So I encourage you to listen to that. Yeah, we're going down to like the compound here, and there's a few episodes that are really, really good that are coming up. And I'm going to put one more plug out there. I want to have my hip hop crew episode, like a group interview. Could be like 3 to 5 people. I just want to hear from not even just the fellas. There's some B girls out there that are on these little hip hop crews. Um, I would love to have an episode. We've talked enough crap about hip hop and how everybody's having to do it now and all these tricks and stuff. And this might be just like your lane and your space to talk about your experience. What do you think about how teams have like gone complete hip hop lane? I mean, there are teams that are doing both now, which I think is great. I shared that in the story. The Sacramento Kings now have 916 crew as well as like a jazz based dance team with the Sacramento Kings Dancers, which I think is a great idea. But I do want to have a hip hop crew episode. So if you want to be a part of that, do reach out. I'd love to get that scheduled hella soon. The podcast will be ending in a couple weeks, so I'm like, got to get that scheduled. We have a few people, but I would just love to hear from anybody who's like, I have to be a part of this episode. I think it'll be a fun time, and I want to give you the floor. I'm just going to talk a little bit of housekeeping before I share some of my NFL. It's kind of like the last few teams. What happened with the Nick City Dancers last week knocked me off of my little roster stock in, but I'm going to be traveling the last couple weeks of July, you guys, and I'm hoping I get to meet some of you while I'm there. I'm going to be going to Pro Action, and I'm super excited to hear about this combine. If you guys are going, like, let me know. Please stop by the little table. Excited to be there and experience that again and to see what the combine is about. I think it'll just be great because it's, not that COVID's over, but last time I heard that there weren't as many people, even though I thought it was a lot. I'm just really excited about that. So do stop by. And then the following weekend, I'm going to Choreography Pros convention for the first time. Um, and I'm so pumped. Like Miss Vicky, I can't wait. Well, Miss V, I can't wait to freaking meet you in person. And you guys, like the staff lineup. I don't know who all is definitely going to be there this year, but I mean, Cisco. Y'all know who Cisco is. I'm sure you do. Hill's choreographer does so much more. Like hella pumped, okay? To meet. I'm gonna try not to be like fangirling, but Cisco, you got Chuck there, Charles Smith that's done the choreography for the Panthers that you guys saw, and plenty other sports teams. Toya Ambrose, the director for the Chicago Lovables and the other entertainment teams. I hope she's there. You have Natalie Miramontes. I hope I'm saying your last name right, but Detroit Pistons dancers coach. So I'm pumped as hell. I can't wait to meet people. And Miss V, I can't wait to meet you. And come say hi. I just think it'll like a little different flavor. And I just want to see. I'm just going to be there as a major fly on the wall, totally geeking out. But that'll be a nice way to just round out my experience. I feel like it's kind of like I'm still going to be very active and involved, you guys. I mean, I love traveling, as you may have figured out by now. So going to things like this fills my soul. I cannot wait. I hope to meet you. I'm going to keep saying the plug again. If you are a Nick City dancer, former, current, want to chat, please join me. The floor is yours. I'm really like secretly hoping somebody's going to like request me and we can just talk. I'm ready to talk the last few teams in the NFL. I will say this because I do plan to kind of continue going live and talking about rosters and auditions and whatnot. But so far, from what I can tell, there are two NBA teams that have not posted anything about their auditions process. So I'm keeping an eye out on you, and that would be the Minnesota. It's not the rose, you guys. And P.S. I only drink this once when I go onto your chat during the week. Don't think I'm a wino. The Minnesota Timberwolves dancers. They have a link in their bio on Instagram. The link is broken. They haven't posted anything in a while, so we're watching, and hopefully you'll be posting about your audition soon. And then the 76ers entertainment group, which I think has like a little bit of a spotty social media presence, a little bit, but hopefully they're also putting information out there. There's nothing on the website, nothing on their Instagram, what's going on. But everybody else seems to be posting auditions, having prep classes, et cetera, et cetera. Hi, Kim. So, I'm watching now because now we're paranoid. So whatever, I'll keep you guys posted on developments. I don't have a hell of a lot of observations because people to share on the NFL side because teams are still doing photo shoots. It seems like teams are going really like, just theatrics with the photo shoots. I'm seeing like laser looking light shows and they're like decking out the arenas. I mean, I'm talking about the Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Bucks. From what I can tell, there's some exciting photo shoot business happening. So I have to wait. I don't really have as much to share in terms of observations. So that kind of sucks. But I am going to go in real good on the Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders. Okay. So hopefully you guys know my ties to Philly. I went to law school in Philadelphia at Temple. A lot of love for Philadelphia. I actually, true story, auditioned for the Eagles cheerleaders back in when I was in law school. Scared the crap out of myself. Nervous and was just like, I can't do that, yo. I can't like have my, they had a suite there. Go Owls, yes. So anyway, I chickened out. I did it. I made it to finals. Didn't make the team. I thought it was meant to be because I really was kind of like hella freaking out about you know, the lingerie calendar that they did back then. But anyway, I do love the Eagles when they're not playing us, and I was excited. But let me just tell you, in terms of like all the research that I try to do, you guys know I love to research. Their bios are winning, like winning. They have, I mean, I didn't read every single one for every single person on their roster. I wish I had more time because I would have, and I probably still will. But for all the things that I always talk about of like, tell them what they're doing and what they study, or just like let them speak in their own voices, say what's important to them. I know we fill out those little things, little bio information, but I find that shit interesting. It actually was really, really, um, I was just hella into it. They're my favorite bios so far that I've been observing throughout the NFL. Um, just some shout outs of things that I can appreciate. I'm making sure I'm not missing comments. Y'all stop me if I do. Yeah, 2 months since the last Timberwolves post. Either they're looking for new leadership or making a change. I did hear through the win that they did have a leadership change, so maybe they're getting caught up real quick. But it is July, and you know how you NBAers do it. You got to move quickly. There's so much to get prepared for before the season starts, preseason and the whole nine. So we'll keep an eye on the Minnesota. Can I say Minnesota today? I'll keep an eye on the Timberwolves dancers. Okay. All right. So back to the Eagles. Super pumped. Okay. One, you guys, this has just been a difficult week in general, obviously, with gun violence and just the 4th of July was just everything is just really effed up right now. Like, I wish we could just travel back in time when things were a little bit calmer and not like bad news bears every single day. But I was actually pleased to see that the Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders they were part of like the Wear Orange movement for Philadelphia, specifically to commemorate survivors and victims of gun violence in the city. um, they're wearing orange, and it's just really timely. They had a whole incident on Ben Franklin Parkway on the 4th of July where two officers were injured. It's just kind of like seeing the cheerleaders be involved with different movements in our current times that we're living through, I think is just really important, and it makes me pay attention. So, shout out to them. But back to their bios, I mean, they just really seem rooted in community service. And like, they send their cheerleaders overseas. Like I saw people writing about the Dominican Republic. Two of the girls were just in Ghana. Um, they don't have their 2022 bios up yet, but I did kind of start reading through the bios, and I just, you know, they're okay. First of all, their bio pics are in their like office or work environment. So, some people are taking pictures at their offices, in their classrooms, like dressed in their scrubs or whatever it might be. Um, and at first I was like, that's a lot. What's wrong with the uniform pick? But whatever, it's fine. But you really did get to hear, they have the video where they are talking about themselves, and you get to get a little bit of personality. Really impressive group of people. And I was just so here for it. They talked about their community involvement, um, their favorite appearances or connection to the Eagles or the community. I mean, people like, I must share, like they had little prompts that they could finish. And so people were sharing their ethnic backgrounds, like just all the deets that people like me want to see. I just think it helps you connect with people that are on the squad a little bit more. I thought it was really sincere. It's just, I just like what I saw, and it's very, very comprehensive so far. It's my favorite. That's all I really want to say. Once again, if there's anybody in the building that wants to talk about the Nick City Dancers, the floor is open. Interrupt me at any time. It is quite all right. I still have my feelings about it. I'm not okay. And if you're not okay, please join me and we can talk. I can listen. The floor is yours. Okay. 49ers Gold Rush. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's realized that we have our first male Gold Rush cheerleader. Jonathan, I just want to say welcome. I mean, I know this is breaking down a lot of barriers. I know everybody has their feelings about our female teams. 49ers Gold Rush were one of, there's more teams than I thought actually in the NFL that are still all female teams, but the Gold Rush is now co-ed, and just want to welcome you to the community. I've been seeing your dance videos, Jonathan. You're killing it. I'm excited to bios. You guys know Lindsay Rosenberg. She kind of does their photo shoots. I thought their whole audition photos with their fan gear was super cute. And I also just wanted to call out, like, I really love when I see cheerleaders moving around to different teams. And so Della from the Seahawks Dancers is now cheering for the 49ers Gold Rush. It made me think of plenty others, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but I just think it's a cool experience to cheer for two different teams, whether it's going NBA to NFL, vice versa, or two teams within each league or whatever. But even like the former Texans Pro Bowl cheerleader Taylor, she's now with the Cardinals. I think she was from there, went back. I sound like such a stalker, but that's what I do. You have like former Raiderettes, Jenna and Maddie that are now on the Cardinals. They were Raiderettes. Did I just say that? They were Raiderettes. Now they're on Cardinals. I just love seeing it. Jenna's a freaking captain now for the Cardinals. So I'm here for all the changes. I think being able to compare different programs is really cool. And I wish we could share more of that kind of experience on the podcast as well. But so yay to the Gold Rush and their bio photos. I know are going to be bombed because Lindsay's behind it. Okay, Seahawks dancers, you guys. They have 28 dancers, 6 males, and we had like 4 new male dancers. So it was a little bit of turnover. I'm excited just feel a different vibe and different mix. They will be at Pro Action, I believe. And so I'm excited to see who they send. Again, I'm just waiting for the bios but their pictures are up and the pictures are cute. So that's what I'll say about that. See how this is kind of dry as toast? This is really just like little filler in case somebody wants to join. But because nobody has their stuff up yet, I can't really go in depth. But um, Titans. Okay, let's talk about this. Titans had their Road to the 29 video on YouTube. So a lot of these teams are now doing like their own, making the team. I was wanted to find out from you guys, like, is it filling your cup? Because we don't have like the DCC show. It's still unclear if we're going to have the DCC show, but I appreciate it. Like, it's just like a little snippet. You're hearing from the directors, you're hearing from the hopefuls, and you're seeing the process a little bit more. Hopefully you guys are using that as part of your research. Yeah, I kind of like sometimes I just wish I was like a producer or a director behind the scenes because I feel like with these little videos, it's almost like people are programmed to say certain things and they're also trying to look and not say the wrong thing to get included into these videos. So I kind of feel like it's starting to feel a little generic granola, like, okay, I know I'm being interviewed. I'm going to say these key little phrases. I don't know. I'm feeling like we need a little something different, and I can't really put my finger on it. I'll have more thoughts on it, but I'm just wondering if people are consuming it, what you're thinking of it. But the road to making the team videos, like the Saints crew, I need to finish y'all's little series. But I didn't know the Titans had one, so it's nice to kind of see the behind the scenes of the process. That's all I got to say about that because their pictures aren't up either. The Commanders. Okay, so they have a new uniforms. It's looking like. Okay, somebody said something. Thoughts on the new president of the Raiders? Ooh, not prepared to answer that, but I will next week. Um, do you have any thoughts you want to share? I'll give it to you next week. Um, the Raiders, I have been posting probably more. So you guys on Twitter, I post articles. Instagram, I kind of repost stuff in my story or whatever. But the Raiders have been in a little bit of trouble in the paper about just messy stuff in the front office. And so this change of control a little bit with the new president, I'm going to have to get back to you, not up to snuff. Oh, it's the first female. Okay, that's good. Let's hope that's good. Sometimes women can, but that's great. I'm not even trying to knock it. Let me do some research on her. And I know the last article like I posted a couple months ago, it was just like with someone from HR. She's the first Black female in the NFL. Okay, y'all are up on game. I'm not. Clearly, let's talk. Okay, first Black female in the NFL to be the president of an NFL team. So for the Washington Commanders, they have that Jason guy. So he's an African American male, but this is the first Black female in the NFL. Super interesting. Thanks for sharing. Okay, how did I miss this? I don't know, but I will have some thoughts pulled together when I research. My head has been in other places is, but I do not know how I missed that news. Thank you for sharing that. Let's dig up the deets on her and kind of, hopefully she's a big Raiderette fan. And, I've seen different things in the NBA where leadership has come aboard that's female, and even seeing it with the Seahawks, and they want to make changes to the cheerleaders. So let's just hope that she's content with the way that the program is currently thriving with no changes. I'm sick of changes. Okay. I don't know why I'm so hot. Okay, Washington Commanders. What did I say? New uniforms. Again, photo. Okay, okay, y'all giving me all the tea. Sandra Douglas Morgan. Okay, thank you, you guys. This is what I love. I love the interaction. You guys feed me info. Tell me what you want to talk about. Let's talk about it next week. If there's any other tea, well, not tea, but like information I should know about her, do share it, and we could just talk amongst ourselves for right now. But I will definitely look it up, and that'll be a topic for next week. That's awesome news, though. I'm excited to hear and learn more. Um, the last team and the last little update, I have not been up on game, and I know I'm going to drag this into every conversation about the Commanders. I'm so sorry, but that's what it is. Um, with the congressional hearings, like the last I knew, their owner was traipsing around the south of France and was not trying to appear before Congress. That was the last I heard. It was like a couple weeks ago. I'm still annoyed with not the dancers, but the organization leadership. But I'm just, focusing on the team. They've had their auditions, they're learning choreography, they're doing their photo shoots. And it looked like just little glimpses of new uniforms. So shout out to the Commanders. The little bit I saw gave like this little general kind of, the vibe when they have like the old school little buttons down, not old school, but this is hella old school back in the colonial times, but like buttons coming down on both sides. I think it looks pretty cute. And I'm excited to kind of just see overall what they continue to do as their team just becomes more defined. I mean, they feel like they're breaking ground in this space as well. And so, there's a lot of change going on, but this is season 2 of the Commanders being what they are. Well, now it's season 1 of them being the actual command, just a W team before. So we'll just see as their identity continues to mold what we get here. I'm going to pause for the cause. That's all I kind of have. And that's another reason why I was like, do I even go live? But I'm here every week. This is like this won't be the last of me after the episodes, you guys, after the season ends. But, you know, timing wise, it's not helping out that there isn't a lot of information. Um, but I will keep updating you. I will have thoughts on Sandra Douglas Morgan next week. I will be paying way more attention to NBA next week now that we've gotten through all the NFL. Circle back as more information gets available. I can't wait until the New York City Knicks dancer make their official announcement of what the hell they're doing so we could talk about that. Anything you guys want to share with me, like we can keep it anonymous or and I cannot say anything at all, but we're in this together. And I just encourage you to reach out. I'm happy to listen or share or talk once it's public. Anything else I'm missing out on? How did I miss this news about the freaking Oakland Raiders? Anything else for the good of the cause? This is probably the shortest one in a long in a long time, but that's all for now, you guys. Let me know if you want to be part of the current, whoever wants to join in on the conversation. I think that'll be such a fun episode, and I have a lot of like hip hoppy questions. So I think that's all I have. Next City Dancers, I'm still reeling, but reach out if you want to chat offline. Okay. I hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. It's crazy in these streets. Next week will be the episode with Quentin from the LA freaking Rams. So, I mean, he's retired now, but I can't wait to share that episode with you. A couple great episodes lined up. Stick with me until episode 100, and then no, I'm just kidding. I'll still be around. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.